I'd like to introduce somebody that needs no introduction. If you've been around here this past year, you know who Brother Carl is. But I'd just like to tell you a few things you might not know. In the last year and couple of months that Carl's been with us, he has facilitated a very successful middle school mission group called the Angels, who have completed over 1,000 hours of community service. Carl's work has been in the newspaper 11 times with the work he's been doing at our church and in our community. His mission group was honored by U.S. congressmen and state senators. He led the charge in the community outreach via the Christmas parade, thanks to some help from our church family. Thank you especially to Scott Lobaugh. And we got a first place win. And let me tell you, that's great, but the thing that touched everyone's heart is that as the parade float was walking by, the Angels took candy and handed it in person and said, "God bless you." The number of people they touched during the parade was awesome. And so we are so thankful for that kind of mentoring work. His push at the Friendship Festival raised the bar for the youth involvement in Burke Burnett. He also engaged in the congregation's myriad of ministries, doing his best to enrich each program, whether it was through art or technology. And thank you for your hard work during our COVID-19 and being online as a presence now. And of course, Carl always put his enthusiasm and his brand of smile and joviality into that. But in the meantime, Carl earned his Bachelor of Science in Psychology, graduating magna cum laude. He taught classes in education at the university level. He published 2 articles and has submitted 3 others. He won first place at 3 scientific research forums and presented on a national stage of participant solicitation. He received a full ride into the prestigious PhD program at Texas Tech with an annual stipend of over $175,000 in research funding. His current research is in charismatic development. No surprise to us, this is the personification of charisma, and he'll be working on charismatic development in a neurocognition lab. As a side project, and for us in particular today, he's been writing a book on modern fatherhood, which includes diagrams for changing diapers. You laugh, but I know I had 2 sons. They were, this would have been very helpful. And it also goes on with the kids to even suicidal recognition in high-achieving teenagers. And so that book will definitely be Fatherhood A to Z. And with that, that's the good news, that we've had Brother Carl with us for this time. Even better news, but with a broken heart, I say he is moving to Texas Tech in August. He'll be commuting there during the week and home with his family on the weekends. And today he'd like to give a special message on the faith of fathers as he kind of bids us farewell as he opens a new chapter. Would you please welcome Brother Carl?
Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So today we're going to have two topics, having faith and then mentoring faith as a Christian father. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that parents do, and to go through all that would take hours and hours, so we're going to focus just on having faith and mentoring faith. So it's pretty straightforward. You want to ensure that your children are happy, healthy, and productive members of society filled with love for Christ and his Father. Happiness. Life is short. Create happy memories. Proverbs 17:22. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Good medicine leads us to health. Children are a gift, so we must ensure they are healthy. Psalm 127:3. Children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from him. And for many of you who've had children, they constantly surprise you with all the amazing things they can do for us and do around us that shock us. And you're like, yeah, maybe I did that a little bit. That's not too bad, Productive members of society, 1 Peter 4:10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. So it's right out there. Bible gives us some instructions. The whole library is filled with all these different ways to be great parents, and it's just a book away for us. And the Bible does it pretty good, especially in Proverbs, like do this, spare the rod, do that, don't do that. That's good. And it seems to work out pretty good. We were talking earlier today about the going into the psychology department. A lot of times they don't really talk about Christ in science. That's inappropriate. And in psychology, who were the first psychologists? Well, they were vicars and ministers and priests. Those are the people who gave really mental health rabbis, giving mental health counseling to the people, to get us through those tough times. And we have a lot of really great examples in the Bible for us fathers to look up to, really tough ones. Obviously, God the Almighty, right? That's a tough one. You got David through his ups and downs and always having faith. I always like Joseph, the earthly father of Jesus. So he's sitting there teaching Jesus his trade, carpentry, right? And he's like, Jesus, I already told you, go with the grain. Go with the grain. How many times, man? Guy, focus, this is your trade. And then there's a storm that night. And he's like, oh, brother, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best, Of course, I don't think it's actually in the Bible. I got to imagine that gave him a lot of anxiety, though. So the next thing we're going to see is a short video about having faith in a storm.
Today we're going to be doing an analogy of faith as fathers using paint, canvas, and a power drill. Oh, the Lord has given us so very many gifts, and one of the best gifts of all is that He has given our kids the perspective that we are almost superheroes. My dad is the very strongest of dads. Oh, yeah? Well, my dad is the very smartest of dads. Oh, yeah? Well, my dad is super duper funny.
That's me.
My dad loves me just the way Jesus loves all. My dad protects us. He keeps those monsters away that look just like you and me. And the Lord, He gives us all these gifts, but it can look like quite a bit of a mess. As parents, it seems like even with all these gifts, life can spin out of control. But we have to have faith. For as it's spinning, God still has a plan. The Father Almighty is looking after us. And if we have faith and give our children faith, we'll see that beautiful plan at the end. God bless.
So I want you to know, during the storm of making this, it took about 5 takes, right? So we've got the one right there that you saw in that video, and then there was about 2 that flipped off. One went in the pond. Pretty sure I killed a couple of my mom's goldfish. I apologize. And then that one and the one in the front yard. This one was so pretty. It spun around and around and around. And I was like lecturing, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's so great. And then I didn't have the audio on, and I was like, bruh. So in those storms, which is fun. So let's review that a little bit. You know, we have all these gifts that we're given, and it spins out of control, but there is a plan there. And just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And those patience, that faith, that having faith will let us see something really beautiful at the end. And so, obviously, to mentor faith, you have to have faith. You must believe to teach others to believe, and your legacy is measured by your children's faith. Psalm 145:4. One generation shall commend your work to another and shall declare your mighty acts. Now, we've established that first step. Let's transition to mentoring faith. Also, these are for sale. There's a lot of moving costs coming my way, so if you'd like to make a bid, be more than happy to sell those. You know what? I'll even raise the bar up. Before I leave, I will hold a painting class to teach you how to do these, and I'll raise some more moving funds so I can eat twice a day when I'm in Lubbock. Mentoring faith. So, setting the example. So, I'm going to go ahead and dive into some psychology because, I love it, right? So, social learning by Albert Bandura. I think Pastor Liz has brought up the Bobo doll experiment, but I'm just going to go through this real quick. The Bobo doll, like the little clown doll that has a little weight and you punch it and it comes back and forth, right? So Albert Bandura had these children split into 2 groups. Over here, this group was the control group. They got no outside influence from the Bobo doll. It was just sitting there, right? And then this group over here, they had a person come in. It was a young lady, and she punched the Bobo doll a couple times. She pushed it down, and this is how soft she is. She pretended it. She said, "Go away." That was it. That was all she gave, and the kids saw that. So the kids were then separated by themselves, and slowly toys were taken away from them. In the aggressive group, where they saw, which is aggression, right? They were really brutal to this Bobo doll. They put a gun to it. They cursed at it. They were just explosive at this doll. The other group, on the other hand, became friendly with the doll. Because as the toys were removed, they were able to empathize with the doll and became nice. So our natural instincts is to be kind. Right? And our natural instincts is to view social role modeling. So as parents, it's really important. You know, there's a lot of country songs out there. You know, well, I've been talking to you, but you're my buckaroo, I want to be like you. And, you know, all that stuff. That praying, all that stuff, that's all there. If they see you pray, they're more likely to pray. And if they see you go to church, they're more likely to go to church. If they see you help a stranger for no reason besides being altruistic, they themselves will have altruistic behavior. If we role model love and compassion and truth, our children will imitate this behavior, just like we're imitating Christ's behavior. So values, morals, and more. This is always a bit of a tough one. You know, you have the library, and you have philosophers and religions and faith, and they all say, do this and that, and then you have outside influences from friends and teachers, and you can only helicopter so much around your children. You have to give them that oomph to fall. Right? Otherwise, they don't learn how to pick themselves up. Another reason I'm not a big trophy person, because I think losing is more important than winning, because if you don't learn how to lose, then you'll never actually become a real winner. And anyway, so today we're going to focus on showing affection for our children, even though it may embarrass you. You know, a lot of times, I don't know if that's as prevalent with this certain generation, but I know each generation's had their oomph that they had to get through, and being affectionate to their children has been tough for a lot of people. So Dawson and Rosalie are going to help me today. Go on, come up, guys. We're going to be doing a little play from Proverbs 22. Train children in the right way, and when old, they will not stray. Okay, you'll have your mics. She's the boss now. All right, daughter's first date. All right. All right. I've got it.
But it's mine.
I know exactly who it is. Now, go finish getting ready. I'll entertain him for you, okay?
Oh no, you're only gonna scare him away.
Well, only if he's wrong for you. Otherwise, it'll be great. I got it.
Oh no,
All right.
oh no.
Are you Dawson? Come in. So you want to date my daughter?
Yes, sir.
Did Rosalie give you the forms?
Yes, sir.
And did you fill them out completely and bring it with you?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me see it. All right. That looks good. Let me see. Address, social security number. All right. Okay, maiden name. Are you going to answer that?
I don't want to be rude.
No, it's okay. Go ahead and answer it.
Hello?
I'm just checking. All right, and I imagine the names for your parents are correct? I'll go check that out.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking, I really hope my parents don't say anything stupid. Why? What do you mean?
I warned you not to come too early.
Sorry, I was really anxious about being late. I've been looking forward to this all week, and even before that.
That's sweet, but I warned you about this whole interrogation thing. He's only getting started.
Those were your parents. Now, let's continue.
Is this like a multi-level thing? Sorry.
Your stats look promising. Item number 1 is most important. You are a Methodist Christian involved with your church. You serve on the worship team. What exactly do you do there?
I play the drums.
Drums, huh? So you like to bang on things and make loud noises for God?
Yeah, exactly.
And is that really what you want to do for a living?
No, that's just more of a hobby, but it is a gift from God that I should use. But as I put down for question number 57, I want to be a biological engineer.
Just checking. And from the copy of your latest report card, that goal should be attainable. And now I need to hear it straight from your mouth. What exactly are your intentions with my daughter? Do you want to marry her?
No, I mean, we're just kids, yeah.
So what are you expecting from this then?
Just to have some fun. Innocent fun. Just to be friends, sir.
So where are you taking her, Dawson?
Dad!
To the movies?
Which one?
Yeah, the nice one that's out right now, you know, with the princess and everything.
And then what?
I'll have her back here early. No, well, before that, we're going to have pizza at the corner. And then I'll have her back here early.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very smart thinking. Early's good. Very good. Early is so good. And if there should be another so-called date, what will you do then?
Dad!
Go to the church's youth group.
Okay, for now.
Finally.
Finally? Well, he was waiting for you, honey.
I'm so embarrassed.
Do you know what my intentions are for asking all these questions? Do you understand why I asked them?
Torture? Fear?
If it's to put the fear of God into me, I've already got that.
I just want to protect my daughter, and I want the very best for my daughter, and she's very precious to me, and I love her very much.
Oh, I get that. Totally. It's like if I had the best car in the world, a Lamborghini, I would take the best care of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not quite the same, but you get the idea. Now you two go and have fun.
Thank you, Mr. Alford.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I totally understand. You're lucky to have a father who cares so much.
He didn't scare you?
Seriously, you scared the crap out of me. But I can respect that. I'm actually glad he's looking out for you.
So if you actually had a Lamborghini, you'd totally let me drive it, wouldn't you?
No. Sorry, but definitely not.
What? What if we were married?
I can't even think about that right now. 3 hours later.
Well, I had a great time.
Yeah, me too. So I can call you up again sometime soon? Again?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Good night. I'll call you soon.
So, did you have a good time?
The best. He's a really nice guy. Well, I'm tired. Good night. You know your dorkiness can be kind of embarrassing, don't you?
I mean, is it...
But thank you
Thank you for being embarrassing, or thank you for being dorky?
for caring. Thanks for why you do what you do. You just need to work on the how.
Well, okay. Well, I love you, kiddo. All right. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. So some people think that having dating happen in their teen years is highly inappropriate. And I actually totally disagree with that. I rather them learn how to court and date under my supervision. I rather know the parents. I rather have discussions with parents, and we do things to make sure that a corsage is given and that the doors are open. And we're both grooming both the kids to be respectful and of a higher caliber, right? That's a big thing. That's a part of the journey. You know, sometimes those conversations are tough for people to have with their children, but they're ones that need to happen, because I'd rather them have those falls and skips and oops under my guidance than when they're out on their own figuring it out through Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is. Okay. And then, all right. So here's my final little tips for the modern dad. Make sure that your children know they are special and that they have value. If a daughter in her entire life never hears you're special from their father or someone they perceive to be a fatherly figure for them, they are 107 times more likely to choose an abusive mate. 107 times more likely. You need to make sure that your kids know that they have value, that they're worth it, that they are special. And I'm not talking about snowflakes that they can't be touched or hurt or anything like that. They just need to know that they're worth it, that they have value, right? If some turd whispers in your daughter's ear that she's special, she will follow him because she's looking for that. Everyone wants to know they have value, right? Everyone wants to know that they're special. And if it's not told to you by your parents, then really who else is going to tell you that, right? Who knows you best? Mother knows best. And Dad, happy Father's Day. Okay, so that's the end of my spiel for today, but I do want to tell you I love you guys so very, very much, and I really appreciate all of you. It's been one of the best years of my entire life. I'm moving to Lubbock. My kids are moving to Wichita Falls. They're like, oh, okay, we'll change schools. That's fine. All right, different house. That's fine. Okay, this is going to change. And I was like, do you guys want to try out the Trinity Methodist Church? Absolutely not. Blasphemy. We'll be here on Sunday. So, don't clap for me. Clap for you. You inspired a couple of low openness, high neurotic children to love this church. You know, pre-teens and teenagers, y'all did that because y'all are worth it, because y'all have value and you're special. Thank you very much.